who speaks in hands. Hello everybody, and today I am here to tell you my theory about W.D Gaster. The Mysterious W.D Gaster is a character that perplexed the internet for a long time. He appears in Undertale, an indie RPG with lovable characters, awesome music, and 8-bit graphics. In a normal playthrough, you may not even know he exists because he can be seen only by editing the fun value in the game's files. By doing this, you gain access to Gaster along with his followers who give some cool information about him. So what information do we have about Gaster? First of all, it is very likely that this is his in-game sprite, because it appears along with the followers who mention him. Also, his name probably comes from the fonts Wingdings and Aster. Because his name is a font, it is widely accepted that Gaster is a skeleton, just like Sans and Papyrus, who are also named after fonts. All of this is theoretical. Also, according to his followers, W.D Gaster was the former royal scientist before Alphys. He created the core. However, his life was cut short when he fell into his creation and shattered across time and space. There is a lot of evidence to support these deductions. In the lab, there is entry number 17, which is written in Wingdings and mentions scientific experiments. It's mainly because of this entry that it is believed that his name comes from Wingdings. Here is the entry. The end of the entry is also interesting. When he says, "What do you two think?" it would be safe to assume he is talking to Sans and Papyrus. Because Sans' weapons are called Gaster Blasters in the game's files, and he has a similar name to them, being named after fonts. All of these support W.D Gaster's name origins and his connections to Sans and Papyrus. The boat guy in the river also gives us some info. He says, "Beware of the man who speaks in hands and the man who came from the other world." Both of these are referring to Gaster, because he speaks in Wingdings, which has hand symbols. So, what do we know about Gaster that could possibly help us find his identity? He is a scientist and inventor. He came from the surface and is connected to Sans and Papyrus. Came from the other world. The surface. Sounds familiar, right? Well, of course it does, because Sans came from the surface as well, as it is hinted at multiple times in the game. So, to unmask Gaster, we first have to find out about Sans. Now this is a huge subject that will take a long time to explain, and I don't want the length of the video to triple, so I will put a link to a fantastic video made by the game theorists on Sans' identity, and the connection Undertale has with Earthbound. I highly recommend you watch it and then return here. Don't worry, I'm waiting. You're back? Good. So, to summarize, Sans' workshop contains many objects that most likely connect to Earthbound. The badge is the Franklin badge, the photo album from the end of Earthbound has the picture in Undertale, etc. Because of this and Sans' bizarre abilities to teleport and his knowledge for things that are from the surface like the sun, The theory is that Sans is Ness from Earthbound. This theory has tons of evidence supporting it, the biggest being that Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, previously worked on a Halloween hack for Earthbound, in which there are prototypes for Flowey, amalgamates, the song Megalovania, and many other prototypes for Undertale. Well, my theory is that W.D Gaster is, or at least was, Dr. Randonuts from Earthbound. Think about it. He is an inventor and a scientist, and he is from the Earthbound universe, which explains why he has a similar name with Sans and Papyrus, being named after fonts since they are all skeletons and appeared in the underground world of monsters in the same way. Ness died from the phase distorter, and Papyrus is a former starman who was defeated in battle. It is possible that Dr. Undernuts ended up in the underground because the crew killed him in the final battle of the Earthbound Halloween hack. So, if indeed Ness is Sans and Papyrus is a former starman, assuming that this is Gaster's sprite and his name means Wingding's Gaster, it would make sense that he is Dr. Underpants. You want more evidence? Dr. Randonuts in the Earthbound Halloween hack went insane with guilt because he accidentally killed his son and his friends. And he has some pretty weird dialogue. Now go take a look at entry number 17 again. It resembles the things that Dr. Randonuts was saying throughout the entirety of the Halloween hack. Dark, darker, yet darker, the shadows cutting deeper. It all sounds like what an insane scientist would say who is now trapped in the underground with monsters. But that is only a theory. Thanks for watching.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.